Anthony Davis. Early 5-point lead for L.A.
Shout out to Dwight Howard.
Good move.
Played well today.
Dwight Howard's
double.
played well all season.
Yes, he has.
14 and 12.
I can't wait to wait to have Superman back in the dunk contest.
There's Wilson Chandler for 3.
Good luck.
Hey, there's so out of the corner.
Vote getter. Ernie's son.
Oh,
Ernie, you know if we never said he was your son, he wouldn't have got all his votes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Hey, Kenny, are you excited to see Superman in the dunk contest?
Oh, my gosh, I cannot. Shaq, if he comes out of a phone booth again, what should I call him?
you can call him Superman, but I'm going to punch you in your face.
The Lakers, by the way, with a season-high 19 threes
I better not be
made.
sitting next to you.
But I'm sitting there.
75.
Okay, I like that. That was Superman right there with the two-man dunk.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to get it out, Ernie.
You can do it. Hey,
So we don't have this problem. I just want to know, what should I call him?
ain't going to be no problem.
Okay.
I got your back. I got your back, Kenny.
Torian Prince, and then here's Kyrie Irving, and all of a sudden it's a one-point game, 95-94, and then all of a sudden the Lakers hit
what happened
26-2.
Come on, man. 26-2.
Give me that.
Oh, get it out of there. Get that shot out of there. Yeah, you know better.
Oh, my gosh, good play.
Rondo, look at that pass. Oh, goodness. Jared Dudley at the
Jared the Jet Dudley. Jared the Jet Dudley. Nice shot, Jared.
Come on.
Jet is here.
Come on.
Jared the Jet
I
Dudley.
go Michael Kentavious Pope.
Michael Caldwell, according to Shaq.
Oh, yeah. We ain't done.
Come on, man.
Barbecue chicken alert.
Come on, they got it done.
Big chicken alert. Oh, got him.
Chuck, the guy comes out of phone booth with an S in his chest and a cape on. What should I call him?
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard dressed up.
Dwight Howard is dressed up in the building.
I don't know what that is. What does he have on? I have no idea.
All right, that's what I'm going to call him.
128
Hey.
113.
You saw a guy walking down the street with an S on his chest and a cape. You supposed to just...
A guy, yes.
Guy dressed up.
Wow.
Yeah, but not
Hey,
I swear I'm going to
hey,
do it.
pal,
Not
what's,
in this
hey,
thing
pal,
of
what's the
ours.
S
No, but he
mean?
came out the... No, he also came out of a phone booth.
First of all, you were a little too hype on that. It was
Hey,
okay, Doc.
So if we see a guy walking down the street, out of phone booth,
Listen.
with an S on the chest and a cape, we just was, hey, dude, what's your name?
A regular guy's okay, but in this thing of ours, there's only one Superman.
Okay.
You know that, okay?
All right. I won't do it. I cannot wait the All-Star weekend.
Go ahead, you can do it, because guess what?
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to figure out another way to say it.
If this is you and he come on down for it, I'm going to be sitting just like this.
Hey,
Clark Kent is in the building.
Who do I need to talk to? Because I want to make
the
an
picture about
executive
to go.
decision.
What?
I want to ask Jeremy, Craig Berry, Scooter Patino. I want Shaq and Kenny to be judges in the slam dunk.
No, we're
contest.
going to be, we're calling it.
I know. I want him right beside you.
Oh, you want it?
No, we got to hear it on TV.
If he judges it, he's going to.
That's what I'm saying.
He's going to
No, but when they're judging,
First of all,
But it'd be great TV if he slapped the hell out of Kenny.
because of my judging, I was one of the best dunk contests ever because of my judging.
Okay.
Second
No, it
of
was
all,
the guy who jumped out the phone booth.
Hold on. Second of all, you can't say Superman, you can't say soup, you can't say super, you can't say nothing with an S.
I can't play that with an S.
you can't say man.
Hey,
Yeah.
are you saying?
You can't say building.
Yeah,
Hey,
you can't
seriously,
say
are you
nothing.
saying if we go to lunch early that day and they said you want a soup?
Nope.
I got to be like, I need a, I got to oop.
The wet stuff.
The hot, wet stuff. The hot, wet stuff, please.
Half a sandwich and a bowl of stuff. Okay, hey, let's do another highlight. What do you think?
Oh, let's please, Lord.
Wizards and Cavaliers. Number
You hear that
6
song, Chuck?
scorer in the league is
Chuck, you hear that song? Hey now, you're an all-star.
68-61. Wiz at the half.
You must have really had a rough night so you went to see this game.
Nice dunk.
All-star.
He had 29 on 10 of 15 shooting.
You got to feel bad for Coach Beeline. He took a downgrading job leaving Michigan.
Bradley Beal goes down after
Beeline,
an
I feel
offensive
for
foul
you.
by Tristan Thompson. And Kevin Love resuscitates him. Special moment.
He's trying.
Bradley Beal had 18 points in the first half and 18 points in the second half. That means he finished with
36.
Yes, sir.
No, that is, Ernie.
And that is his 16th 30-point game of the season.
Step back. Splaka Katayao.
Come on, man. What's man? What do you
Kill him. He too little now.
Well, Cleveland, at least you got the Browns. Oh, bad example.
All-star smile right there, Ernie.
You know how many times, you'll love this number, Chuckster. You know how many times the Cavs have given up 120 points this year?
25.
No, 14. Oh, and 14.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
120 points. Come on. 12 and 33. Superman is in the building. He's got it flapping. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you even did the song? Oh, hell
The best part about that is you're trying to do the Superman theme song afterwards.
It's two different ones. That was the wrong one.
Da, 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 da.
Hey,
That
look,
was
man.
tremendous.
Go ahead, Kenny.
I'm never going to say those words. I'm just saying I need something else to call him because you know he's going to bring a retro dunk out. And
You call him Dwight. That's what you call
They're
him.
like, Dwight Howard's dressed up.
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
Can't tell what it is. But he's dressed up in red,
man.
blue, and some tights.
I'm going to snap one day, Chuck.
I understand.
Right now.
One day.
Hey, I'll say kind words at his funeral if you beat him up, Shaq.
We will recap the All-Star starters, which we announced earlier tonight, when we come back here on Inside. All-Star Weekend, February 14th through 16th. Cannot wait to get to Chicago. That's going to be a good
Oh,
time.
my city, baby. Every city's your city.
It's just Chicago and Toronto.
What about Cleveland?
Moosey Karen coming.
No, you said Cleveland was your favorite city.
No, I didn't.
What about Toronto?
That's my favorite.
You're going to get some deep dish pizza in Chicago?
You know, Ernie, I'm not a deep dish pizza guy. I'm not going to lie.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Giordano's, here I come. East starters, we announced these earlier tonight. Giannis
Congratulations.
Antetokounmpo, who's going to be the captain out of the East. Pascal Siakam and Joel Embiid along the front line. Kemba Walker and Trae Young in the backcourt. In the West, leading vote getter and the captain is LeBron James. He's joined by Anthony Davis, his Lakers
Nasty
teammate.
lineup right there.
Kawhi Leonard,
That's a crazy lineup.
Luka Doncic and James Harden in the backcourt.
All those guys going to get to stand around and watch James dribble.
Nice, man. You know, here's an interesting tidbit about the fact that Trae Young and Luka Doncic are both all-star starters. The only time he had multiple players under 22 selected to start in the All-Star game, 1998, Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett.
Wow.
And the last time two players in their second season or earlier selected to start the All-Star game, 1996,
I have no idea.
Jason Kidd and Grant Hill.
No, co-rookies of the year, if I remember correctly, right?
So now it's Luka and Trae in 2020 in Chicago. Looking forward to that. Next Thursday. So who are the reserves going to be? How are you going to fill out these squads? The coaches have the chore of voting on players in their own conference. And we will have an hour-long pregame show and reveal the reserves at 7 o'clock Eastern. Then bring you the Warriors and Celtics and the Jazz and the Nuggets.
One of the Warriors going to have Eddie.
What's your formula now, Chuck, before we start arguing?
What's that?
Are you rewarding winning? You rewarding stats?
Both.
Both.
We've already been through all that. We'll just see what comes true next week.
Just checking, because you be switching up on me, Chuck.
He does switch up now.
Shaq and a Fool is next.
Oh, yes.
I'm excited. We got the NBA on TNT Tuesday nights. Starting soon. Me, Candace, Shaq, and D. Wade. Do you have any tips for me for getting the best out of Shaquille O'Neal? It's getting steamy. I gotta run.
Did this dude just call in and do a promo for his own show?
Adam Lefkoe is one of the greatest.
He's one of the great guys.
Oh,
But he just called into our show to promote his own show?
See, I'm telling you, the guys, it's pretty quick. What kind of advice can we give him on Shaq?
Always talk about hookah. He loves that. Loves hookah. As long as you leave him alone and let him practice his music and talk about hookah, you're golden
I would say be prepared
for anything.
for the loud gum chewing.
This is what it sounds like in our ear, America.
And it's like 6 pieces of Bubblicious all at once. Also, you might want to avoid watching him eat on the set if he's running a little bit late. We've seen him devour an entire chicken in 2 bites.
Oh, my.
Other than that, Adam, you're going to love working with a big fella. He's the world's biggest kid, has a wonderful heart, loves hanging out, and he's going to love that mix with you and D. Wade and Candace. That's just a portion of the steam room.
I'm really enjoying doing that with you, Ernie.
I'm loving that thing, man.
Kenny,
So
you see that?
please subscribe wherever you get your podcast.
See
Download it.
that? Ernie dissed me and then gave me a compliment at the same time.
At the same time.
I can't even be mad. Thanks, Ernie.
You got it. You can,
Love
always,
you,
you can
brother.
count on me, man.
This-
You can count on me. What?
That's why he sound when he chewing gum.
First of all, don't say the H word on national TV.
Okay, I apologize.
You're over there snitching.
Yeah, don't say it.
The H-O-O word.
Yeah,
Do
the
not
H-O-O.
say hookah on this show. Do not. Hey, that brings us to the regular weekly installment of
Shaq called it. I was laughing.
Michael Kaplan. Great job on the Shaq and a Fool.
That's
Excellent payoffs on these. Sometimes the play itself doesn't do much for you, but the payoff is what it's all about. Uh-oh. This is, yeah, I tell you, I've seen this. Remember that?
Golly.
That wasn't my imagination, man. There it is.
Come on, man.
An entire chicken in 2 bites.
They told me he only had 45 seconds to eat.
Yeah, man, I gotta go to work. I got to eat.
Can we see the first bite one more
bite.
time? Because it's all about the first bite when you're going to
chicken had no
consume that
chicken.
much
Look.
chicken.
That chicken was like, help me! No! Take human fight.
It's classic. We're coming back to wrap things up. You've been working on this, and you need some more work, as a matter of fact. Wrapping things up right after
my boy
this.
RoboCop, aeronautical airplane contest.
The Celtics and Sixers, then Russ and the Rockets in OKC as we welcome you to TNT NBA Tip-Off presented by Auto Trader from Studio J, right here in Atlanta. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. So later tonight, those fans in Oklahoma City, and you know what good fans they are and what it's a great place to watch a game, and they're going to have a chance to say thanks for 11 years of all-out effort from Russell Westbrook, 8 All-Star appearances, an MVP out there. Can't wait to see that later on tonight. What do you think it's going to be like?
Electric. You know, Russ is a man of few words, so he's probably not buying into the whole thing, but the emotional standpoint of, you know, playing that many years in one franchise and what you've done for that franchise. But even underbelly and missed in this is that he's coming back with James Harden, the guy who helped them get to the finals. So 2 of Oklahoma's draftees, the guys who had built the franchise, they're coming back. And under midst of that is Chris Paul got traded. So it's going to be a lot of emotion going on, and we're going to see who steals the show. Is it going to be James Harden who steals the show, or Chris Paul says, hey, remember me, Houston? Or is it going to be Russell Westbrook saying this is the homecoming? To me, there's a lot of storylines, a lot of plots inside this one game other than just Russell coming back.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I think you got a guy who's going to get treated like a hero and deserve. I probably respect Russell Westbrook more than any player I do in the NBA. That guy never cheats a fan or a teammate out of effort every night. Is he a perfect player? No. But that man gives 100% effort every single night. I think they're going to do, like they gave Kawhi a video tribute and gave him a standing ovation. I think it's going to be even more emotional and a big deal in Oklahoma City tonight.
You know, he gave his heart and soul for 11 years, and the way he exited, he did it the right way. He went upstairs quietly and said, hey, I've been here 11 years, it's not working, I'd like to move on. They obliged him, they traded him. So, you know, we've been to Oklahoma City a few times. Classy fans, going to be a very classy event, but like Kenny said, he's not buying into it.
Oh yeah, because Russell's emotional.
Yep.
So he's gonna buy into it. But what's gonna be interesting is Chris Paul, the dynamic between him and James Harden. The Oklahoma City, they're in the playoffs. I thought they would have a good team because I told you, I think Chris Paul's the best leader in the NBA. He's unbelievable.
I think we all said the same thing, Chuck, though. Like, they're a playoff team if they keep it together. But this is not a team that you possibly would keep together. Like, this is a team that could, go into 6, 7, 8.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not going to be a number 1, 2 seed. But when you got a leader like Chris Paul, you got Steven Adams, who, other than Rudy Gobert, is probably the most underrated player in the NBA. And Chris Paul is going to play hard. He's not worrying about his age or his contract. I think he's out to prove something because, the thing did not work out in Houston. That, to me, was going to be the interest dynamic, James Harden against Chris Paul. Because they're going to do that fake love like they like each other. And they're probably going to shake each other's hand, and they both know they hate each other.
And that's how it's supposed to be, though, right?
No, they don't like each other. But I'm saying they're going to fake like everything's good. And then
That's
Chris
what I want to see, two people that don't like each other out there competing.
Well, we can go out. Here's the court right here.
Oh, you already had that. You got a left-hand layup on him.
Make it like
right before the last night in the new year was on.
May 19th, Shaq versus Charles, one-on-one.
So that's later tonight, that game. Let's talk about Joel Embiid's situation now. And you saw how grotesquely bent out of shape his index finger or his ring finger on his left hand was. Thought it was dislocated. And now it's ligament damage. And tomorrow he has surgery, and then he's going to be reevaluated in another week or two.
Well, listen, to me, this is the turning point in the Sixers season. They're going to be without Joel a long, extended period of time. It's time for Ben Simmons to step up and become a leader. He is the second most important player on that team. But Shaq knows, Kenny knows, when something happens to your best player, the next best guy got there. He's like, okay, I got to be the leader. There's a lot of pressure on that young man. He can handle it. But, they gave him $170 million. Hey, they gave me $170 million. I'd do anything.
I agree with Chuck. We've been letting him off the hook because we've been focusing on the big guy. But Chuck makes a great point. Joel's not there. Team is yours now. 1-2 punch, the 2's gone or the 1's gone. It's all you by yourself. You definitely got to go to work.
Well, Al Horford was brought in for moments like this. They weren't sure if Joel could last the whole season. He hasn't really shown that over his career. So the insurance was having an all-star-like player in Al Horford that could still be his role. I think for Al, increasing his role is going to be just as big as Ben increasing his. I think he doing what he's done for Boston and not what he's done for this team so far.
Yeah, but Kenny, first of all, I like what you said about my man there, but that's not it. It's Ben Simmons, because Al is going to do what Al does, but Ben is a walking triple-double, but now he's got to be a leader. It's time for him. Like, me and Shaq get on Embiid because he should be in the company the best player in the league. Ben Simmons is an all-star. And he's got to pick it up, but he got to become a leader. And that's the biggest problem with my Sixers, I call them my Sixers. Listen, they got talent, but they need some leadership. And it comes down to Joel and Ben, and it's time for Ben right now, with Joel being out for a while, to go to that next level.
Horford starts in the middle tonight. Mike Scott starts at one of the forward spots for Philadelphia with Joel Embiid out, needing surgery tomorrow on the left ring finger. There is Kemba Walker.
You're watching TNT NBA Tip-Off, presented by Auto Trader. Finally, it's easy.
I saw Charles Barkley this morning. Seemed like a pretty cool guy and smaller than I thought. Hall of Fame or not, I would have gave him buckets.
I know you would have.
Back in the day.
Hey,
I know you would have.
Who is that?
Listen, little fella. Hey, listen. Listen, I'm not that tall, but I was a handful, brother. You might give it to me now, but back in the day, I'd have gave it to you.
Whoa.
You're still a handful.
I would hope you're in the league.
See, all these guys want to challenge you now when you can't play anymore.
Come on, Ro. Come on, Ro.
Kenny with the lead.
Step it up, bro.
And you're going hard, and Phil Westman. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't decide if Russ is going to have a huge game or if it's going to blow up in his face. I don't know.
Have a huge game. He always.
Kemba Walker, 13 points, all in the first quarter for the Boston Celtics, who have lost their last two and face a Philadelphia team tonight minus Joel Embiid, and they'll be in that state for some time as Embiid has to have surgery on his left hand. It is 55-48 at the break. American Express halftime report. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Charles, and Kenny. I want to get into this Embiid thing. So how much trouble are the Sixers in right now with Embiid facing surgery?
They're not in. They should be able to play. I mean, Ernie, if you look at the Eastern Conference, they only got to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. The Celtics are decent. Miami's decent.
Toronto's decent.
Yeah, so when they get Embiid back, they're going to be the second best team in the Eastern Conference.
No, they should be.
They're going to be. I do not think Milwaukee.
But right now, they're the fifth best team in the East.
I know that. They have underachieved. But I'm asking you a question.
You expect them to overachieve without Embiid?
I think they're going to flatline. But when they get Joel Embiid back, I'm still thinking that the only team that can beat them, I think the only team can beat them is the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm just telling you.
The American Express teammates, without Joel Embiid in there, the scoring for the Sixers coming from Josh Richardson with 15. Al Horford starting in the middle tonight has got 7. Ben Simmons, 8 points in the first half. And you were saying, you and Charles both, now's the time for Ben Simmons to elevate.
Yes, elevate and become a leader. Two types of leaders. There's a vocal leader and the one that leads by example. Ben needs to, do a better job of leading by example. Right here, you got to play with force. You're 6'9", you're getting the ball. You're the guy now. Joel Embiid is out. All the shots will come to you. Right here, I like this. When Ben does this, we love him. You got to play with force, right? Cause the defense to collapse. You can kick it out right there. He missed it, but he needs to play with force. You play with force, what's going to happen, Chuck? The other guy's going to follow.
Yes.
Right here, they double team. Great thing. You're not a jump shot. Dive to the basket and get it. And this is the Ben we love right here. Okay, you're going to back off? That's all right. I'm still going to get by you. I'm going to play with force. Because, again, when you're the main guy, you play with force. He don't need a jump shot. He go, penetrate, kick to the guys like Josh Richardson who can get 15.
Kenny always says something that's really important. He talks about the best thing about Steph Curry, he controls the pace of play. Ben Simmons is not a good shooter, but he probably, to me, other than Steph Curry, controls the pace of play for that whole team more than anybody in the NBA.
Doncic?
Doncic, he can do his stuff in a half court. Ben's not going to beat them in a half court. He can only beat them with speed. Like, he's not going to score like Doncic. Doncic is a hell of a player. But Ben, his number one attribute is his size and speed.
Well, who will lead Philadelphia in scoring in the time when
Tobias Harris.
Well, yeah, this is interesting because this is one of the few things that these guys have never been. In college, I was maybe the guy scorer for the team. But in the NBA, after my second year in the league, it was like you're the number 2, 3 guy to score. So when Akeem went out or when that Clyde Drexler went out, how do you become that? And the mentality that Tobias Harris or Josh Richardson, what they have to have is you're not trying to do what they do. You just have to do more of what you do well. So meaning, for me, I was like, I have to get the ball free throw line to free throw line. I used to get it maybe 10 times a game and push it there. Now I got to do it 15. I'm going to shoot this spot up 3 over here. I was shooting it 3, 4 times. Now I got to figure out a way to get it 7 times. I'm not doing what they do. I just doing what I do more. And that's when you become more of a scorer in those opportunities when your best player or your best scorer is there. But if you try to say, okay, I'm going to start running pick and roll. Like, that's not your game. You just have to do more of your game in those absences of great players.
Yeah, but Kenny, listen, the biggest problem with the Sixers is leadership.
Okay. I'm not.
We're 40 games into the season, and you can't tell me who their leader is.
And when you say leader,
now, do you expect Ben Simmons to become a leader?
What type of leader? Vocal leader? Pointing people out? Lead by example?
It's a combination of both. There's times you have to call guys out when you're a leader, but most of the time you lead by example. But you can call people out. But I'm saying, with Joel out, it's easily Ben Simmons.
But I'll give you an example, because I've seen you do it, and I've seen guys who weren't the best player of the team do it. It's real simple. When you ever see the ball, guy catches it, he puts it under his arm, and he starts doing this, he's the leader.
No,
he's stopping
not all the time.
He's stopping the play.
Not all the time. Stop it.
Who else can stop the play of everybody else to let them know we need to get something? That you don't see a lot with the Sixers.
Twitter.